if there is anything creating this place we live in, that thing is not gonna say that here is fire you can play with, and if you destroy anything with fire, I'm gonna go mad at you. I mean, if that's how it is, then that person or thing or God or whatever should have considered things a bit more carefully. Because how is it living in here with no knowledge about things, and then all of a sudden finding out that, oh, fire can burn you, you die from it. You know what I mean? It's like the first time you meet fire, it just goes berserk, and what the fuck? I'm born with no knowledge. I don't know this thing exists, and now you're punishing me for lighting a match and setting the whole thing on fire. What the fuck, man? No. You can't deal with things like that. If you think that's how it is, then you're worshipping in such a way that, or you're worshipping, or whatever it's called, a thing that is mean. You know what I mean? It's like you're worshipping the devil instead of worshipping God, which is supposedly the good guy. It's, yeah. Anyway, I think that if we are not teaching ourselves how to have better principles, and if those principles doesn't come from people that have tried and tested those principles 100 or 1,000 or 1,000,000 times, then we will always have problems. We will always just teach people to see the world as flat. And it doesn't work like that. You shouldn't teach people to see the world as flat or round or whatever. You should choose to teach people to see things from one way and then change their perception or their viewing angle or their position so that they can see things from another angle, and so that they can see that it's not just necessarily the same thing. It's just made upon how you perceive the thing initially. If it scares you, you're going to put it as something negative, and you're probably not going to go there anymore. It doesn't mean that now because it scares you, you have to go there, or you should just fight through the negativity or the fear or whatever. I think exactly the opposite. I think that you should leave that alone which fears you. Because if it is meant for you to understand it, you will, along the way of not looking at it and going through all the fear, you will find something that will remind you of that thing again, and you will look at it in a new way. And you will find out, oh, maybe there is no reason to be afraid of airplanes falling down. I'm only afraid of it because I saw 4 movies in a row with airplanes. The first time I ever saw airplanes, and all 4 airplanes fall down. So to me, the most likely thing to happen is airplanes falling down, because that's all I've seen. And in that sense, you should look at facts and say, oh, okay, 100,000 airplanes are flying, 100 are falling down. Well, even out of those 100, 78 of them, nothing really happens. Wow, if flying is safe, you know what I mean? And that's how we should live our life. We shouldn't teach people to believe in this thing or this observation as a fact, but more believe in this tool as a fact. The tool is a fact, and it can be used for this best, but that doesn't mean it can't be used for other things, or that you can't be finding some tool that you think is for this thing, but you're using it wrong. It just looks like a hammer, but it's not really. It's just this porcelain thing that is representing your time working with a hammer or whatever. The porcelain thing will break the first time you use it as that hammer. I mean, yeah, I think you get what I'm getting at, so to speak. Okay, before I go, I would like to say I think that instead of looking at what scares you and follow that stuff and stuff like this, I think that you should follow what excites you the most. The highest excitement that you have in life, you should follow. Because basically what I think is going on is that when you are saying something to your subconscious is checking that against a lot of things. And it's finding out, does that really fit what this guy wants to? Or is he just trying to pull my leg? Or is he just trying to say, I want to be a race car driver, and not really knowing what he wants to, and that it's the excitement that he wants, and not really the race car driving or whatever, you know what I mean? So in that sense, even though that you're telling your subconscious, this is what I want to be, your subconscious is able to look beyond that and verify it and say, okay, this is in fact what he wants. So I can calculate, because I'm the subconscious, I know a shitload of things, and I am just master of things in so many ways. I can calculate that this is what he needs to understand it, because he comes from this angle, and if he doesn't get this, then he won't understand it from that perfect angle that makes him do this, that makes him go to this, that makes him do that, that makes him, and so on, and he's going to end in this situation that he would love to. But you, as the conscious person, or as the conscious part of it, or whatever it's called, inside your consciousness, all these things are not going to come, all these explanations are not going to come, because all this stuff has already happened a long time ago, that you have been explained, that your excitement leads to what you want to learn, what you need to learn, and blah blah blah, but you just forgot it in the process. And what happens is that you have believed in other people having told you that this is not good, this is going to lead you nowhere, but it does. It's not a, nothing is a dead end. It just seems like a dead end, but it's not. It's just us that have our road stopping there, but the world still keeps going. Trust me, you can go to any place and see that there might be a wall there, actually there might be a house, there might be a fucking skyscraper or something, but on the other side of that skyscraper, life is still going on, and the road you can take is still going on. It's just not on asphalt anymore. You know what I mean? That's just how the world is. So in that sense, you can get something out of that no one else would, and that would make you understand something that everyone else understands, or whatever, in that thing. The thing is that if you follow your highest excitement, that is like an acknowledging to your subconscious that I understand, that you know what I need to get to where I would love to be. So I'm going to follow that, and I'm going to learn this, and I'm going to understand this, and I'm going to just enjoy my life, because basically what I'm doing is following my highest excitement. Yeah, baby! Anyway, the fun thing is that you're going to have the greatest life ever, because that's what you would love to do. This is how your subconscious
is communicating with you in a matter of split seconds. It is not telling you all the unnecessary information that might confuse you. No, it's just saying, over there, you see that thing? Over there, come on, you know you want it, come on, get it, that's for you. And it's just keep going like that, you know what I mean? And it's like,